Everyone, this is Angela with Real Estate Ladies Lounge, and I am here today at Gypsy Queen Java with Roddy Burkle. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. So, for those of you that do not know who he is a broker of Living My Best Life Realty. He's not competition. We don't do that down here.
That's right.
But he is also, more importantly, a city council member of Foley. And he just got elected so he's got 4 years to do it. So tell us all, what made you want to get into politics?
Well, first and foremost, I'm born and raised right here in Foley, Alabama. Did my education, went off and worked in the world for 10 years, and then came back to Foley. Been back here now for almost 30 years. City's always held a very deep part of my heart. So my dad was involved in the city and served on the fire department for volunteer for 20-something years, and worked as the city with planning commission for 8 years and various boards, and the city council was just the next logical step for me to, keep involved. Help the city and the community and the citizens, grow effectively and grow properly. We've had some issues in the past, but we're all addressing those things, and building and infrastructure, they've all got to be managed. You're not going to stop growth. I've always been an advocate for growth, but it's got to be the proper growth.
You have to grow everything all at once. You can't just grow your population without having all the other things into place, because that just makes sense too. So I love that this is where you're changing to and getting into. We live right next to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and Foley, and it's all one big, everyone tries to separate us. Yes, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach are on the beach, on the Gulf of America, but Foley has this truly true hallmark small town feel.
It does.
And it starts with downtown. You have a beautiful park, they have festivals, they have things like that going on. People know people are very friendly.
Yes.
Foley is it's very underrated. It's positive because you can get to the beach and you don't have to live
on the beach.
That's right. And honestly, unless you're living directly on the beach, the amount of times that when I moved down here, I went to the beach a lot. Now I am so busy with so many other things that I don't get to the beach as often.
Right.
And distance is like the last thing on my mind. Oh my God, I'm 20 minutes away. I just can't do it. No, it's everything else. So I feel like everything that happens down here does affect Foley, and for the good or the bad, because the tourism that's in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores will trickle. It's a morning. It's not Monday, but it feels like it.
Well, you're right. Downtown Foley, we've got this hometown feel.
Yes.
Downtown. We're here in Gypsy Queen, part of downtown.
Shout out to Gypsy Queen, by the way, because they are so awesome. And believe it or not, this is non-caffeinated. It's decaf. It's decaf, but it's the chai imposter. It's the imposter chai because why? It's got no caffeine. Super delicious, and they're cinnamon rolls.
Excellent. Yes.
I'm trying. It's willpower to not buy one and eat it all up.
But downtown Foley's, we're expanding the walkability.
Yes.
I don't know if you noticed, we got the new library going in, some new walking areas over that way.
Yeah.
On the east side of 59, trying to incorporate that into downtown as well. So a lot of positive things happening in downtown Foley as well.
Yes.
And it does, like I say, it's that hometown feel. We don't want to lose that.
Exactly.
Want to expand and grow that. Now, commercially, you have a lot going on south of town near the Lowe's and Home Depot area. There's a lot of commercial growth in that instance as well. But, we still want this heart of Foley to be vibrant.
Exactly. And one thing that a lot of people don't talk enough about, while Orange Beach and Gulf Shores both have really, really good schools, they're A+ rating. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe doesn't Foley have an A+ rating as well?
Actually, Foley went through a lot, or the Baldwin County school system, which includes Foley, went through a lot of improvements in the past few years under Eddie Tyler and his staff. Recently got a grade of a B+. They missed an A by just that much. But my confidence is in the school system. They will have that A.
Yeah,
so,
and it's awesome. So the big thing too is, especially if you have a family, you're like, well, what are the school systems? What is the crime? What is all of this? And this is, again, a very small town where you can feel comfortable walking downtown without fear of any, I mean,
would put City of Foley Police Department against anybody in the nation. We have an excellent police department, excellent fire department, staff around town to help with all the things that we do as far as events. We have our Mother's Day event coming up pretty soon.
Oh, talk about that. What is that?
That is a premier event with the City of Foley. It is well attended every year, provided we have great weather, which looks like we might, honestly. But that is a wonderful event that everybody should come down and enjoy. Bring your mom down, family, and enjoy.
Now, is there an admission or
There's no admission. That is free.
Free. Like, look, who doesn't like free? I personally love free.
Yes. It's wonderful. It's a great event. When my mom was still here, that was something we always did.
Yeah, because I noticed that we're starting to, because I live in Foley as well, and I lived in Orange Beach, but kind of like on the outskirts of Orange Beach, before the bridge and the island and all that. I know Foley's got a lot going on in their building, but what are some of the things that you can talk about that is very exciting for those of us that aren't in the know to know?
Well, we got a lot of projects going on in the city, and everybody knows we're doing infrastructure upgrades and builds, everything from roads and bridges and drainage, etc. A lot of that's going on to try to keep up with the increase in the population that we've had with all the subdivision builds. We've also got things like I said a minute ago, the new library will be opening this year. We've got a new aquatic center being planned. That will be replacing our old aquatic center that was where I swam when I was a kid, so it's been there a while.
No! It's only been there a few years ago. Just a few.
Yeah. But then we've also got some things we're improving, our senior center. The city of Foley, Baldwin County, I don't know if you realize, but our median age, we've actually increased. We used to be approximately 48, 49 years of age 10 years ago. Today, we're about 55 years of age is our median age in Foley.
Oh, yeah. So and that, as a former nurse, that is what's really important because, what gets lost, especially in a tourist town, are the elderly and the children. And knowing that Foley has the senior center is going to be huge because there's so many families. Now you have a lot of families that, like me, I live with my mom and dad, and I help take care of them. And it's super awesome. We have fun. But it's nice to be able to know that there's places that they can go and
they can entertain themselves
and everything,
great events, work with other people, socialize with other people. Everything from playing cards to dominoes, you name it. So that's available at the senior center. Have outings as well. Our senior center currently is down at the end of, I forgot the name of the street, but back past the old Dave Co. if you want to, for all you old locals. So near the Boy Scout Lodge. But yeah, we're going to be building a new senior center, and I think that will be a great asset.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of other projects going on, like the Kennedy House.
I'm not familiar with the Kennedy House. You struck me with something.
Okay. The Kennedy House is with Marty and with Marty Webster and trying to remember his name. Sorry, it's been a morning. Anyway, they're the ones that are going to have that adult. They're creating the villas that are right here on 98. Okay. So if you go down a little further, and they're going to have like villas, and they're going to have like the Kennedy house itself. It's this very, very old house. The Kennedy family, passed it on, so to speak. they're going to change that up and make it into more of an adult friendly
Right.
area, so that they've got a lot of talk with that. So
Right.
that's super awesome. But there's a lot of other things too that's going on, as far as like buildings that are coming up and
Yeah.
all that. We've got, how many subdivisions do we have?
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I know the
There's-
last count there was like 400 some
Well-
plus houses, and now it's probably way more than that.
Yeah, there's actually, I think officially we're at 150 plus subdivisions, actual registers in City of Foley. Yeah, so there are a lot of subdivisions here.
So with that being said, you can find a house.
Yeah.
I know 2 awesome realtors that can help you find pretty much whatever you want. But with that being said, you can see how huge Foley is getting, but we still have that very small town feel, which is extremely important. And that we take care of our families, our parents, and we take care of our kids. Plus, you have the beach. And as a local who's been here for 11 years, I can promise you that most of the time you will avoid
The traffic.
the traffic. You will learn to get really good at going county roads and back roads and all of that.
It's getting better.
Yeah, it is. It is getting better because, again, it's not just Foley that's growing, but you have Orange Beach and Gulf Shores that's growing as well. So what are some other things that you do on the city council? Like, I don't know, what kind of intrigue? Ooh, no, but what kind of things do you hear as city council? How does that whole process go?
Well, you're representing a district. The city's broken into 5 districts. There's 1 through 5, and each district has a representative on the council. I represent District 3, which is basically from County Road 20 and Highway 59, that south quadrant,
Okay.
southeast town to town. So everybody brings their constituents' concerns to the table. If there are concerns in Grand Creek, for example, or Glen Lakes that people have concern about, then I'm going to try to address those and help those people with those concerns. And in addition, and we're looking at, as a team, the overall benefit of the city. What is it we're going to do to help properly grow the city and manage the infrastructure, manage the safety
Right.
and services, manage everything that we have that's part of the city.
Yeah.
That's our primary function, is to
Yeah.
look out for the best interests of the people. And so that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as politics. I always tell everyone, I don't want to be a politician. I want to be an advocate for the city.
Exactly, and that's how it should be. I joke and tease and say politics
Yeah.
because, everyone automatically has this like, oh my God, politics. And it's either like, ew, or it's like, oh,
Yeah.
ew.
Yeah.
So it's like, ew. But again, you have so many people that are living here that do need to have a voice for their concerns, for the good and the bad, and the things that make up this town. The city is because of all the people that come here, and
Right.
we want to make sure that you're advocating correctly for them.
Yeah, we just crossed a little over 30,000 people now in the city of Foley.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
From when I grew up here, it was about 3,000 people.
So yeah, huge
Very
jump.
big difference in everything.
Again, he's much younger
Yes.
than his age would be given. So, in case you were wondering, and in case you don't know, he's got this full head of delicious curls, because that's as best as I can explain it. Like, I wish
That's
I
my
had.
mom.
Yeah,
My mom's Italian.
I wish I had those curls. Mine kind of like and then But anyway, it's a day.
Well, we are here for whatever.
And just so you know, this is what, and you gotta love up there. Speak kindness.
Yes.
Spread kindness. You
Spread.
should speak it too.
Yes.
But you definitely need to spread kindness. Here, I hijacked your coffee. My bad. Anyway, thank you so much
Yes.
for being a part of this.
Enjoyed
and I'm glad. I'd like to have you back whenever
Sure.
we have some more,
More time.
more time and everything. But you guys, I will have all of this podcast up in the next couple of days. And if you have any suggestions on what you want to see, what you want to know, or if you have some questions for Roddy,
Yes.
please let me know and I can shoot them over to him. But in the meantime, y'all have a fabulous day. Peace out.
Y'all
Bye,
take care.
guys.
Bye-bye.